Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Family Preservation and Accountability Act is a pro-family, pro-Kentucky bill that will provide our courts with another tool in their toolbox to provide judges with the discretion to consider alternative sentencing options for primary caregivers and involved parents. This sentencing will prioritize rehabilitation, treatment, and keeping families intact when it is possible, safe, and appropriate. Mr. Speaker, could you please have the clerk report House Committee Substitute 1?
Mr. Clerk, please report.
House Committee Substitute 1 to House Bill 291.
Gentleman from Whitley.
House Committee Substitute 1 is a result of collaborating with a diverse group, including judges, victims advocates, including Zero V, the ACLU, the Children Advocacy Center, KY Free, Dream.org, to make sure everybody's comfortable with this piece of legislation and to address some valid concerns that were there. Mr. Speaker, I move for adoption of House Committee Substitute 1.
Motion made for the adoption of House Committee Substitute 1. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries. House Committee Substitute 1 is adopted. Gentleman from Whitley.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Family Preservation Accountability Act, upon motion by the defendant, requires the judge to find if the defendant is a caretaker of a dependent child. If so, that judge has discretion to add family-related services to a probation sentence. Those would include parenting classes, anger management, family counseling, those types of things that are DCBS services that are available currently in juvenile court and family court, but not readily accessible in criminal court. The judge would retain discretion and grant this when appropriate. This is not available for violent offenders, offenses using harm or threat of harm when the victim is a child, or where probation is prohibited. Mr. Speaker, I'd be open to answering any questions asked, and if not, I'll move for passage.